Bum, 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 bum.
What's up, YouTube?
What up, bum?
Whoa, you gotta be flipping my flapjacks.
Everybody. My name is
You gotta
Christopher
be-
Bell. I'm your hero. I got some special guests, Jay Nagy as always, Nathan Roscoe, and I have Brian, who has been a very near and dear fan to me because he's provided me with a lot of good material. A lot of the videos you see is because of Brian emailing me and telling me. So, Brian, welcome to the show. Introduce yourself, and then tell us some of the tell us about your backstory, and then kind of what you know about these grifters and losers.
Well, as you know, I'm Brian, but you know, I'm just an avid fan of people who expose degenerates and grifters, and so I basically got into the stock market maybe early in March 2020. Right when it was dipping and stuff like that, and then I started searching YouTube, and the algorithm pointed me to a couple of individuals. First one was Meet Kevin Paffrath, you know, the loser governor from California. And then I transitioned into a couple more individuals, such as Stockmo, who him and his cat can go to hell. But and also Chris Sane and all the rest of the other scumbag grifters. And then I made some money, and then I lost quite a bit of it on certain stocks that we all know and love, like NIO. And Tesla, and yeah, that's just about it. And then when I started losing money, and I was just like, wait a minute, I'm going to research actually how stocks actually go up and down instead of just buying crap. And so I started searching, and it was just odd to me. No one was pointing out that this guy does not know what he's talking. Kevin does not know what he's talking about, because I did a little research on it. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And so I started searching. I actually found some guy, I cannot remember his name though. He called Kevin out maybe in like early 2020 that this guy is actually a gambling addict. I forgot his name though. But then I found Everything Money, and then I found Strongman. I was searching more and more, and that was just about it, really.
I called Kevin out in 2020, and I got so much heat for it. People were telling me I was a moron and I didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, just like with the Tesla people, how nice I'm going to be when I'm proven right is directly proportional to how much of a dick you are when I point out that somebody is grifting you. And so trust me, when this market really goes sideways on people, I'm going to be making endless videos just dunking on people who wanted to comment.
I can't wait. Hey, so real quick before we get any further, so Alex, I know you have to go somewhere. What's your announcement?
Yeah, I just gotta make an announcement real quick, though. So just to assure our audience that this is not a crash, it's just a little correction. The market is taking into account that the Fed is probably raising interest rates, so growth and tech stocks are going to have a hard time founding their operations. So be reassured that if you have BT or value stocks, then you're going to be fine. Listen to these guys, to their message. It's very well supported. So don't go and sell all your stocks. Just if you have value stocks, then dollar cost average them. If you have ETFs, keep buying. It's not a crash. And I'm going to say it in Spanish also for our Latin American viewers.
Well, dude,
if you allow me to do it.
Yeah.
The only thing.
Just real quick, Jay, just let me say it. Para todos nuestros suscriptores que están en Latinoamérica, es importante que sigan a estas personas que son realmente buenas en lo que hacen. No es un crash, es una corrección del mercado. Entonces, mantengan sus posiciones si son value, sus ETFs, y sigan adelante. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for the little space you're giving me.
No problem, Alex. Have a good time and good luck with. I know what you're doing. So
yeah.
Hey, dude, are we doing an interview tomorrow or?
Yeah, we are tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay,
yeah.
Right, I'll be there.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one,
Alex. Later.
See ya.
I would also add one to the audience. If you bought Apple in 2016 and you enjoyed this run up, you see it correct, don't sell your stuff. You're fine. You're in a great company. You made a ton of money. Apple will be around for a while.
Guys, but I just made a video telling everybody to sell their stocks and to panic. Oh, wait, that was meat breath.
Joke's on you. I already panic sold in 2020.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing I'm looking at a lot of these guys why their advice is stupid. And they're like, oh, everything's going to drop. And I go, okay, look, dude, it depends on when you bought something. If you bought Apple in 2011, yeah, it's overvalued now. There's a crash. Why are you worried? It's Apple.
Oh, we got Fabio.
But yeah,
Our hero.
Brian, keep going. Like, what were you saying?
Meat spin.
Brian, are you alive?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I wasn't saying anything.
keep going, man, about what happened.
Okay. Yeah. So
Meat margin.
So, luckily, I didn't use any margin because that seems to be foolishness. I don't know why.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would buy stocks on a credit card. That just
Wait,
seems
Brian,
to be.
you mean to tell me you didn't take a second mortgage on your home to gamble on highly unprofitable small cap growth stocks? What's wrong?
Yeah, unfortunately not. I don't want to be on the street selling pussy. Speaking of that, that's the new term now that all the kids are using.
Bussy.
Bussy, yes.
There's actually a song that goes pussy, pussy, or something like that. I wish I could edit that song and just have it say bussy and then have like me Kevin's face on it or something.
Yeah, and also basically that's basically my story on this, and I'm just like, hey, I like to do a little trolling, as our former president would say, and so I what really came to a head is I'm just on Twitter a lot, and so I just notice a lot of these people are just they're either sick in the head or very stupid, or probably a combination of both, which most people on Twitter are. To be on Twitter for
absolutely,
all day. Yeah, and so I'm
getting banned from Twitter is a treat.
Oh yeah, I've been banned about 20 times.
Nick, it's not like you couldn't remake a different account.
I got IP banned, dude. I tried that 3 times, got banned 3 more times.
You have to make a
VPN.
You have to.
It might be because I'm a neo-Nazi or something.
Oh yeah,
I don't
just
know.
got my video censored. Thanks, Nate.
Google Voice.
We're past 5 minutes. Go ahead, Brian.
So,
sorry.
question, Brian, are you seeing a lot? So, like on Twitter, are you seeing more like NFT and crypto focused shilling?
I'm saying it can be from crypto to the crypto morons to the NFT idiots, the Tesla morons, just to any Palantir. It can be anything. And
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
That's hilarious. And so, like, I've actually gotten into some arguments with me, Kevin, on Twitter, especially after the whole Peloton situation happened.
Like, he actually responded to you.
I've gotten into like multiple like responses with him, like multiple times, because I point out something to him, I ask him a little question, and then he just responds with some obscure response, and then I'll just keep on asking him. He can't seem to stop responding
because he's a smarmy little prick.
Yeah.
He's sitting across from a gorilla when he was on Valuetainment. He's being a smarmy little prick, and I'm like, you have no idea that this gorilla is contemplating folding you into origami in his head, you moron.
Dude.
That dude is a big
Kevin
dude
is the type of guy.
doing jiu-jitsu with. Like,
there's no way that Meat Kevin can bench press 225 pounds. There's just no way.
Did he claim he could do that?
Bench 140 pounds.
No, it's just me. It's just me calling him a little bitch.
Oh,
he's me calling him a little bitch. He'll never bench press 2 plates.
Fabio looked kind of jacked. Do you lift weights, Fabio?
I do, yeah.
What's your bench, bro?
Well, my max.
Your max. We're not talking about stocks today. We're
Yeah.
talking about your max.
You know what? I actually don't know what my new max is. I never do them for max. I do for reps. So, but I can do 225 for 10, 11 reps.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's about my strength.
Good.
Yeah, Fabio, he's a big dude. You can kind of tell he's kind of like stocky, you know. So tell us more about your pecs.
You oil them?
What's your deadlift, bro? What's your deadlift?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's the one thing I actually don't do. I don't deadlift.
Oh, you
That's
don't do deadlift?
smart,
Fabio.
man. Saving
We
your
were like
back.
exactly the same. Like,
That's
I don't
mine.
because dude, I almost blew out my back deadlifting when I was deployed to Afghanistan. I probably should have done that so I could have gone home early and got disability. But
You
But I
guys
was like-
know. You guys
I
know.
blew out my back. I was like, I'm done. I'm never doing this again.
I just do isolation on lower back, and then that's pretty much it. I work it out responsibly, and then I do a ton of pull-ups. Pull-ups
That's
for days.
yeah, that's smart too. But
You do
I-
weighted?
I do weighted pull-ups here and there, but
What's
mainly
your,
just
what's your max on that?
well, I mean, considering now I'm 215 pounds. So then I when I was lighter, I could do easily 2 plates with a belt, you know, the little belt thing, the little chain. And then now I can still do it, but like for a lot less reps than before. And I don't really try to go any higher because I'm trying to always just, if I gain a little weight, I try to get used to my body weight. So I just
So
go-
you can't deadlift as much as Andrei Jikh. I don't even know why we're having this
Yeah,
conversation.
we're no longer a stock investing channel. We're
Yeah, we just turned into a weightlifting channel
we're
now.
just gonna lust over
Hey,
Fabio
bro.
all day.
You gotta get protein in after the 30-minute window, bro.
Take DMT and it's gonna be all over, dude.
I don't even take protein shakes. I just work out and go home and eat dinner.
yeah, I don't even do
Yeah.
protein shakes.
All that stuff's stupid. Most of those protein shakes are filled with sugar, anyways.
Yeah.
And I can
Yeah.
buy more. This is a transition. I can buy more stocks because I'm not spending as much money on protein.
Wait,
Buy more VT.
you don't eat very good food sausages? You don't eat
You know,
very-
I thought about it because I hear they're extremely healthy. But after I saw that melted sausage in the packet, I don't know if y'all have seen that picture, but there's this picture on Google Images of this freaking like the sausage patty like shrank in half. It's like a shrunken old man's toad. It's like like this is so disgusting.
So, okay. Brian, so then I keep going. I'm sorry we keep interrupting you.
I don't know. It's all cool. Yeah, I love the banter. That's what
So, Brian, did you buy any courses? You said no.
No, I'm pretty much a pretty paranoid person in general. So, but I don't give money to people who, even when I was following them, they just appeared to be like a used car salesman, and those people are just some of the worst people on the planet.
Actually, a more important question, Brian. Did you buy my book, Stop Being a Broke Loser?
You know, I'm a cheap bastard, so no. I wish I could have, you know, but you know. I should have bought it when it was $3, you know.
You're being a bad boy right now.
Yeah, you know. I am. I'm gonna buy it, you know. Eventually.
Back to orthodoxy. Yeah, I'm 110% in my portfolio on Enron.
Oh, Lord. Are we gonna be
Has
seeing you
anybody bought any stock?
down under an overpass, Noggy? We don't want to see that.
Yeah. I gotta do what I gotta do to get money to buy stocks. But
I will roll down my window and give you $1 next time I see you.
Dude,
Has
I can
anybody-
totally gay.
has
Like,
anybody here seen Beer Fest?
No.
I've seen Beer Fest, yeah.
Dude, when he's like in a ZJ, and he goes, "What's a ZJ?" He's like, "If you got to ask, big boy, you can't afford it."
So, has anybody bought any individual stocks? Round robin?
Dude,
Hey,
I
I
have
have-
down threes. at
I have
my
a stock
house,
I'm waiting to buy,
$6
but
grand.
it's just too expensive right now.
What is it?
I've had it it's a waste management. I've been wanting to buy waste management, but it's just too expensive right now. 35 PE.
That's a good boring business, dude. If
Yeah,
you can
I like the
price.
they're a nice value company, but it's like you shouldn't have the same PE as Apple when you shovel shit.
I mean, are they growing
no.
quickly? I mean, there could be
I
a
mean,
reason.
That's all to the growth. Apple's not going
I
to
think,
really grow that much from here.
Everything Money did a good video on them where they pretty much had check mark for everything. The only thing they failed was PE, and for like to justify their the growth in the stock, they're not like growing fast enough because I mean all they do is shovel shit. So I mean,
Those are
but they're not
American
like
heroes.
reinventing the wheel. But no, if that stock fell like 30%, I would happily load up on it because it's a good value play, I think. But it's just too expensive right now.
Well,
Fabio, you buy anything?
I'm re-adding to Facebook, and I added to AGRD. So those are the two.
dude, before you said that in my head, I go, I bet he's buying Facebook.
Yeah.
Did you get wrecked recently or something?
Huh?
Hmm?
Facebook's down to a 21 PE, and they have a projected growth rate of 18%. But I mean, like I said, if you say it's going to grow 18, I'm going to project 14 or 15 to see where I'm at. But even when you do those numbers, you're probably somewhere around a buy point right now.
That's why when in my strategy, I always I nibble. I create a nibble range. Yep, you know what I'm
Say
saying.
the
Bite,
word.
and
Say
then
it.
gulp. This is gulp range. So we're in the nibble range right now for me. So I'm just going to be buying regularly, and as long as it stays in the nibble range.
The only reason I'm not buying or even thinking about buying Facebook is I can put aside my hatred of a company, but because it's in the top 10 holdings of my index funds. So I don't see the point in, and it's just me, I don't see the point in loading up on a stock when it's already in my top 10 holdings in my index fund.
Yeah.
If it grows, I'm going to benefit with it. I would rather go look at something else. I mean, yeah, you could make the point if you thought Facebook was going to grow 25% per year, might as well just go and add it. But
yeah,
I don't know.
No, I agree. Completely agree. There's a comment about Netflix because I think Netflix is an interesting case, especially if you look at the cash flows. So Netflix is a company that when you do the analysis, you have to ask yourself, will they ever have insane cash flows, or will they always just reinvest into new IP, new content? Because when you look at the net income is much higher than, for example, their cash from operations minus capital expenditure, what they need to do to basically reinvest back into the business. And that was the conundrum because when you're trying to evaluate Netflix, you have to assume that at one point in its life, sometime in the future, it's not going to do that. But will it is the question. And maybe the answer is maybe, but it's very difficult to project. So, I mean, I made a point that you could kind of assume it or look at it from actually the GAAP net income, but it's a difficult business. It's really hard.
I mean, what are their capital expenditures? Is that just spending money on new shows?
Yeah,
that they're putting on there.
Yeah, and it's a lot. It's quite a bit.
For Netflix, this is my line of reasoning behind Netflix. Everybody's going to a subscription model on their shows. We're right back to where we were with cable. Originally, cutting the cord, you had Netflix, right? Now you got Paramount disappearing behind a paywall. You got this company. My point is, people are only going to buy so many subscription services. Yeah. So my thing would be, because of that, if somebody was like, well, you want to look at Netflix, and we were projecting out its growth, I'm going to go, I'm using a way lower number. Yeah. Because you need a substantial margin of safety for that company. I don't think it's going to go bankrupt. I just don't think it's going to grow at anywhere near the rate it has for the last couple of years, and they're losing subscriptions.
Yes.
So
it lost $200 of value. It's down what? It's 36% in the last month. Jesus.
Yeah, Christ. But its PE ratio is dropped to 35. Bill Ackman is jumping in on it. I don't know what that dude sees. I mean, he's smarter and more knowledgeable than I am, but I just look at it and I go, I don't.
God. I mean,
I don't know what you're looking at.
I mean, is Bill Ackman a long-term buy and holder, or is he more of a trader?
He's got a hedge fund, so whatever makes him a profit.
Yeah,
it's both. I think
if it fell another if it fell another 10 to 20%, I'd consider picking it up. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it. My line of thinking is
Sorry, Fabio.
no mo.
I mean, like I really enjoy some of the shows on there. Like for example, I'm a huge Witcher fan, so I'm enjoying that. But
dude, that's my favorite video game. I love The Witcher.
Are you seeing the show Henry Cavill? Henry Cavill is meant for that role.
He's great at it. They're just injecting too much woke politics in there, which is frustrating.
I like Queer Eye the best, to be honest. I think
Queer Eye.
Hey, Chris.
Queer Eye can be funny. I've caught bits and pieces of like highlights on the internet, and sometimes it's pretty funny what this like gay dude is saying to this old guy that doesn't care about his appearance. Your feet are disgusting. We need to clean those up. And he's just like 60 years old with a beard. Like, I don't care. He's got fungal toenail and he doesn't care.
That sounds like me.
Hey, Chris.
What's
this
up?
guy said, weak man finance, buy TTCF. I think that's him indirectly saying, yo, how much you bench, bro?
You know, there might be a day where I buy Tattoo Truckers Tane. I am not discounting that stock forever, but I want to see it profitable and
hopefully it never does
profits and being at a good valuation, which it's not at right now.
Well, I'm seeing Palantir comments, and it's like, yeah, Palantir, call me when that thing's positive for 5 years straight. Till then, don't care.
I mean, if you buy Palantir, you might be positive from truckers.
What does Palantir do? I'm still confused on that.
They do
collect your data and
yeah, they do like analytics software, mostly for government organizations. Like they help the government, compile information. I mean, I don't know much about it, but they help the government like compile information, put data together, stuff like that.
I don't even think Tom Nash knows what they do.
Well, Tom Nash had some great stock picks. I mean, I did a video on his utter genius. He pumped out like 5 stocks, and he did it like maybe a year ago, and they're all down like 50, 60, 70% since he made that video. I'm actually surprised he didn't delete it.
Dude, I can't wait till Tom Nash's channel is taken over by a different Russian dude, and he's like, "I take over channel. Tom Nash gives horrible advice. Tom Nash kill self with baseball bat, then bury self."
Tom Nash had an unfortunate accident.
Unfortunate. Nobody know why people who give bad stock advice mysteriously kill self in 55-gallon drum of acid.
I'm surprised some of these guys, like somebody mentioned this, but I'm surprised some of these guys aren't like, accosted and attacked by angry people that got ripped off by them. I mean, imagine people Jeremy 10 grand and then you lose half your portfolio buying trash stocks.
Best believe somebody will be.
Meet Kevin should have rotten fruit and old tampons thrown at him whenever he appears in public.
Well, then his governor's security detail is going to tackle you if you try that, so you got to be careful.
That's the question. I think. Well, like Meet Kevin is like what, like 4'7" or something.
He is a scrawny little guy.
Wow.
Dude, here's how you know Meet Kevin is not good. He got beaten by Gavin Newsom.
That's a legitimate point.
How do you get beaten by Gavin Newsom?
I mean, his policy proposals of funneling homeless people into "quote unquote" camps. I don't think that went over.
I love
too
that.
well.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh no,
Ryan, did you hear my proposal?
No. What is it?
Homeless hunting season.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
We'll issue permits. We won't let people hunt them during homeless breeding season so we can ensure more homeless. And the revenue will go to the state.
Oh,
and on
yeah,
Labor
you
Day,
should definitely run for governor, 100%.
And
Kevin
on
might
Labor
take that
Day,
as
the
the next
homeless
proposal.
get to hunt.
Yeah,
And then normal people.
One day a year, the homeless, they get permits and they get to hunt the normal citizens.
Nathan, I need you to respond to this now.
Ravaged
Oh
by
no. TTCF will mint millionaires. Nathan with Waste Management will be down at the docks. It's 1% of my portfolio, but yeah, sure, whatever. I'm cool with that, man.
That's 1% less you're gonna have, bro. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
So
yeah,
did you?
that's the
For a
advice.
21-year-old, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you're doing more than all right, dude. Like, you could just stop.
Hey, don't tell them that.
Right now.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. I don't want them to know.
Nate could just, with where he has his money, he could just stop right now and be like, I'm good at 67.
there's actually a thing called Coast Fire where you like save money like crazy for your first 10 or 15 years. And then you basically stop saving after that because you've already funneled so much into your retirement that it's going to compound and get you to millionaire status anyway.
That makes so much more sense than the FIRE movement, because if you look at the time frame, that would probably be about the time you're having children, if that's what you want to do. And then you funnel whatever that money is into your kids, but you've already saved. Your retirement is going to be good, compounded out. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the only sad thing is I'm addicted to saving. Like I feel like I get like anxious when I'm not saving money. It's like my one thing that I have to do. It's like an addiction.
Why is that bad?
It's not. I mean, it's not. But I mean, I probably could loosen up just a little bit. But it's. So
if you and your wife aren't, living in your house with a cigarette butt for heat, and the only food you get is what you forage off the land. I mean, it's not bad to live below your means. It's just when it gets to the point of ridiculous and you're not enjoying life.
Well, I wasn't enjoying life till I met you, Jay. And now I've never been happier.
Chris, I heard did you leave? I don't want to be in your business, but did you say you switched jobs recently?
Yes, I used to work at NASA, everybody.
Oh Lord.
NASA. Oh. Yeah, NASA sounds cool, but I was just an accountant there, and there were no rocket ships at where I worked. But I got really bored at a government job. It's just, I mean, the pay's okay and the benefits are great, but it just gets boring as heck. So I've switched over to.
I'm thinking about leaving too, but not NASA.
Chris is gonna switch over to SpaceX so he can get a free Neuralink.
Man, after all the trash I've talked about Elon Musk and Tesla, I don't think I could ever work for any of his companies.
Yeah, but Brian, so you made a bunch of money and then you got screwed?
I wouldn't say I made a bunch of money, but whenever I start to lose money, I start to be like, okay, what's the problem here? What am I doing wrong? Who am I? What bad advice am I getting? And so I was like, okay, this is probably wrong. This is definitely something's wrong here. And then I'm just like, okay, this guy does. I started to realize, I'm like, all right, these people don't know what they're talking about. Then I found Everything Money was the first one. And then that was basically like, okay, they're explaining why things are doing what they are doing. There's actually math behind this.
So what stocks did you buy? Like, who are you listening to most for recommendations?
It was probably Meet Kevin was probably number one. Then probably Chris Sane, number two. Maybe what's that guy? Stockmo was probably those are three probably the tops. And then there's another guy that I don't know if you guys have heard this. This is also a Weasley little person. His name is Zip Trader U. I don't know if you guys know who that guy is.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. He's another one of those Weasley little grifters. I listened to him a little bit too much. I mean, listen to him. The worst thing that happened to me is I made like a few $100s on a stock called Mara. It just went up one day.
I know Mara. I tried to convince my buddy who got in. It went up like 12,000% or 3,000% on him. And I had an entire hour talk with him that I aired on my channel where he's still like, oh, we still talk. We just don't talk about that because I keep telling him, I'm like, crypto's going to implode, dude. Take your profits.
Dude, you know how fast I would sell anything that went up 3,000%? Holy crap.
Yeah. What goes up will come down. I mean,
except for Tesla.
A Tesla, of course, is the one exception to the rule. Tesla's like a black hole where mathematics breaks down.
But now I only own like probably a few stocks. Like I bought AT&T when it was like $23 a little bit ago. I only own AT&T, CBS, Fox. You know, the after they sold off everything, the version of Fox now, and Facebook, and then basically just maxing, trying to get as much money in a TSP, and then just like the S&P 500 index fund.
Yep.
Round of applause. Round of applause.
I'm overweight on the S fund.
Oh, yeah, I just do L2065. I saw a video of Strongman doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically VT, man, except for emerging markets.
There's a problem though. I saw a lot of my people I know that I'm like, why don't you have at least 5% in there? Like I know you're a lower grade, but I'm like, I don't know why you don't have more. Just put at least 5%. You're losing money.
Yeah, because you get if you work in the government, you get a match up to 5%. So it makes total sense to put at least 5% in there. I mean, I freaking max that thing out, but a lot of people, they're stupid and they don't care. They're too busy buying meme stocks and other garbage.
Bro, do you know how many people that have talked to me? You don't, obviously, but I talk to people at work and they'll go, "Hey, I heard you know stuff about stocks." And I go, "Yeah, a little bit. I dabble." And they go, "Well, I'm thinking about buying. I bought this cannabis stock." And I go, "Cool, sell it." And they go, you don't know what the stock is. I go, "I know, sell it." And then I go, "Have you even maxed your TSP?" And they go, "Yeah, I'm putting the 5% in." I go, "No, have you maxed your TSP?" "What?" $19,500, and then don't talk to me about stocks until you put that much in your TSP.
Well, now it's $20,500.
Yeah.
That's good for me, baby.
Here's the thing: I'm going to continue to do discounted cash flows, but it's like people are like, "Oh, are you going to buy a bunch of this stock?" I go, "I like doing this. I also do it for my audience to cut some time off so they can, read the 10K and decide after I've run the numbers." I have to put in $26,000 into tax advantaged accounts, right? I don't have a lot of money to sit there and buy individual stocks.
Yeah, and once you turn 50, then you can put in it's either 6,000 or 6,500 more into your TSP on top of that. So, I mean, for the average person, there's no freaking way you're going to have side money to buy individual stocks, unless you're just making freaking bank.
And then the
Roth is 7,000, right? 7,000 if you're 50.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's awesome, dude. That's so good.
Like that. But then I have Tesla idiots commenting on the sheet I use. They go, "You're never gonna buy a stock if you use numbers like that." I go, "Good."
I've totally bought some individual stocks looking at numbers. Okay. Especially if there's a big correction there, I might switch back to individual stocks. I mean, I've been scooping up VT the last couple of weeks, but if there's a real big correction, you bet I'm going to be putting a couple thousand in place.
Oh, dude, you better believe that I'm tempted to go further balls deep on BABA right now. It was trading at like 113 last time I looked, trying to get in on that Fabio money.
Dude, I'm done with freaking BABA, man. I have $11,000 stock basis in that freaking stock, man.
I would be done. Be done too.
Look, you know what's going on over there, right?
They have a debt crisis also.
They have basically 2008 going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've
heard where?
China.
They're
holy smokes, man.
Yeah, like people are. I mean, like, look, our mainstream media has been talking about the Chinese real estate bubble. So it's like if they know about it, the journalist majors are talking about it. Everyone knows about it. I was really disappointed to find out that one of my heroes, Howard Marks, his company Oak Tree Capital, bought Evergrande bonds back before it was considered insolvent. And I was like, I pray it's not him who made that decision. I'll be very disappointed.
Even if it is, man, this is the thing that people have to get out of their head. You will make bad financial decisions.
That was
if you invest outside of an index fund, you're going to mess up. I'm 100% certain of that. You're going to buy a stock. You're going to look at a stock, all the metrics look good, everything, and then something you can't anticipate is going to happen outside of that. And I went and figured out on my sheet, because I'm going to do a discounted cash flow on a company called Not Tesla, where I show you it takes, if you buy at a 300 PE ratio, you are assuming 52 or 53% compounded annual growth rate per year for the next 10 years. So let me tell you what happens. Somebody's going to miss numbers. That means everything is disrupted now from that point forward.
Everything.
Look, before is anybody going to help Jeremy?
Oh,
Unfortunately not.
Stop,
Jeremy,
brother.
help.
Imagine his voice being muffled by the dryer.
oh my God.
I actually have a question for this. Is something I've been really curious about. Is anyone familiar with the real estate market that's currently going on now?
In the United States?
Yes.
Talking? Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhat.
Do you think the actually going to go down sometime soon?
Where
Really?
depends on where you're talking about.
I'm saying more or less just overall in America.
Yes.
Yeah, it will.
The market got, I don't think that it's going to be like 2008, but everybody just, if you're like in a place like Clearwater here, man, people are just snapping up houses last year. At a certain point, that's going to go down. And you go into a recession, there's just less demand. I don't think it's going to be a collapse, but I think a lot of people are going to end up being underwater in the Florida area, like Tampa, Clearwater, when it corrects. How much? I don't think it's anything you have to worry about if you're going to be in your house for 10 or 20 years. I don't think
if you just buy a home to live in, I mean, it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't freaking matter if it goes underwater. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but if you're never going to move out, just pay off your mortgage and you're done. But if you're speculating, trying to flip houses, that's when you get in a lot of trouble in markets like this.
Yeah.
The only place you're going to see a massive crash for real estate is Austin, Texas. That is it.
You just got to pay
moving there.
You have to pay attention to a couple factors, like the economic growth of the specific area that you're talking about, as well as take a look at the rental markets. And then with the economic growth, you got to pay attention to what is the level of jobs growth going on, what kind of jobs are coming there. Are they high income jobs, low paying jobs? So there's so many different factors. I made a video on like REITs. It's like almost an hour long. It kind of delves into a little bit of those topics, but yeah, there's a lot of factors with real estate. Because, for example, in North Carolina, there were cities that during the 2008, 2006 crash, they didn't go down. They didn't go down. It just really, real estate is so dependent on where it is you're talking about.
That's why everything money, they did a great thing where they pointed out like some of the best housing markets, the most profitable housing markets are places you never heard of or thought of, like Ohio. Yeah, because it's just consistent. It doesn't. You don't get a bubble, and this is the problem when people are like, "Well, you want to buy in New York City." Well, everybody's trying to buy that, so they're going to bid up the price of whatever thing you're trying to buy. Yeah. Whereas if you go to, I don't know, outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, you're not hearing that about that place in the news. And there's a lot of places in Kentucky and West Virginia where you could pick up a great house for $60,000. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just saying, because I'm seeing these prices around certain areas. They're literally like ridiculous. I don't even know how people have money to pay for this. I'm like, how does an average person have like on a $600,000 house? Like, how do you have $120,000 plus in cash sitting around? I don't know.
Well, that's the bank's fault for approving loans like that. I mean, they'll approve you for a lot. They can be pretty stupid.
Well, also that's the fault of like in California. That's all the fault of the government. That's zoning problems. There's like if you let the market handle California, you wouldn't have housing wouldn't be unaffordable for the average person because that's how that works. It's generally a lot of these bubbles, not all of them, but a lot of them happen because of unintended consequences of government intervention.
Yeah. Centralized planning.
You wouldn't have had the 2008 financial crisis if the market had set the interest rates and there were no ninja loans. But the government had to get involved and everybody could get ninja loans. And there you go.
Everybody needs a house, Jay. It's the American dream. We have to support everybody, even if they can't afford to buy a house.
And I agree. It is the American dream. And there's a way around that. If you can't afford a house on your own, you can get together with another person and split the mortgage. It might not be ideal, but I'm sorry that we all weren't born with silver spoons.
Jay, are you proposing to move in with me?
Yes.
Or here's something else. Or you can just if you work in a normal job. I mean, there's opportunities in other places. I mean, like they might not be the most spectacular places. It means a lot of people seem to just want to live on California, New York, Washington, Florida. There's places in some of these Midwestern places, as you said, Ohio, that have like very good homes. You can get a home still today for like $150,000.
I mean, look, I don't know what it is about people having to live in a certain place unless it's job dependent. Dude, the millennial morons got to Roscoe.
Dang.
Oh no.
Yeah. Every time my camera freezes, I just blame one of the millennial money guys. It's like, yeah, they must hack the camera or something.
But I just read an article about these two women. They were single mothers and they didn't have enough money on their own to buy a home. And they've been friends since they were kids. So what they did is they split a house together. So, I mean, it's like Americans are used to just everything working out rosy. It doesn't always work that way. And you can make a smart financial decision by splitting a home with somebody.
I mean, I just think people want too much house. I think that's the major problem.
I think that is too.
I mean, I got a freaking 3-bedroom townhouse, and I told myself I am not moving ever from this house. So my income is going to go up. My expenses are going to stay level. And then I'll still be wealthier and wealthier and more secure because I didn't take out a massive freaking mortgage. But if I had a bigger house, I wouldn't be able to afford to do what I'm doing, maxing tax advantage accounts, stuff like that. There's trade-offs in life. You can't just,
bro, if I won $100 million in the lottery tomorrow, you would be really surprised by the modest house that I would end up living in. Where people are like, dude, you got all this money, you can afford a mansion. I'd be like, I want a small house and land. I don't want servants in here bothering me. So I would be like, so I want a tiny house, a small house that I can clean on my own. Like, in all honesty, it takes me 3 hours on the weekend when I'm not lazy to clean my entire house.
Yeah, I actually want me, Kevin, to clean my toilets one day. So I do want some labor.
I want Lafufu to be my footstool. So I do videos where I'm sitting here and he's on all fours. And I'm wearing
You're hitting my back.
And I'm wearing like a Burger King paper crown while I'm
Oh god.
Savage. But I love it.
Dude, he's like, I know why he's panicking. That's why I did those videos. I'm like, you're panicking because you have no discernible skills and you're stupid with money. First off, I wouldn't have made the money he made because I wouldn't sell his course. But if I was making the money that he made from commercials, you'd be like, I'd be sitting here while the market was crashing. They'd be like, dude, are you worried? I'd be like, my money's in index funds. It might crash, but I'm not really worried about that. Just buy more.
I think it takes a special person to just scam people like that. When you could literally just tell them, hey, just buy an index fund and you'll be fine. I mean,
yeah, that's why Chris started his channel. That's why I started mine.
Yeah.
Fabio started it to give people good financial advice that isn't, hey, pay me $800 to tell me stuff that nothing that I couldn't learn on the Boglehead forums.
20K.
I direct people to the
20K.
Boglehead forums all the time. They're like, hey, man, where can I learn more? I go, read the little book that beats the market and go to the Boglehead forum. Hey, you're armed with everything you need to know about investing now.
I mean, honestly, once you read enough Bogleheads, I mean, it's really not hard, okay? You just set up an automatic draft into your retirement accounts. You eventually get to a point where you don't even have to go on that forum anymore. I mean, it's not hard to understand. It's just staying the path, staying the course. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, and nobody wants to hear. And I don't understand this. This is one thing about the financial space that I haven't figured out yet. Is why everybody has a stock boner. Hey,
it's because of 2020. I mean,
Clear's path to wealth is buying index funds in your tax-advantaged accounts. No, I get that, but like, do you have any stock tips for me? No.
I did make some money on Discovery. I put $400 into it, and it spiked up. I was like, "Woo!"
How much did you make?
$100.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I was tempted to make a spoof video where I was like, trying to sell a course because I picked a great stock and it went up temporarily. I just never got around to it.
That $100 translates into 1/10 of the Ape Father's McDonald's bill.
Oh, the Ape Father. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen the video, I covered his protest. It should be illegal to buy garbage stocks, and they shouldn't be allowed to go down. That should be against the law.
The Ape Father. Yeah, I saw that video. That was very, very funny. I certainly hope after he went there, after he went to the SEC, he went and got himself a Big Mac and chilled out, so he doesn't have to do that again.
Well, they had a delivery guy there. I'm pretty sure he ordered something. I mean, that guy's basket seemed pretty full. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
I think Ape Father has a new policy of ignoring me. I've been bashing him in a couple of videos, but no response. So I think he's finally capitulated and realized that I'm correct. We'll see.
Well, he's going to be very, very cheap down at the docks.
Honestly, if he was at the docks, I would go down there and take some butt just so I could assert my top.
More cushion for the pushing is what they say.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh yeah,
I'd pay him in chicken tenders. Chicken tendies.
Here's the chicken tendies. I'm looking up AMC.
Strong man,
right
take
now.
it easy.
$15.
15 bucks. Oh, I love it, man.
Negative EPS.
It would be funny if it actually short squeezed though, because I've been bashing it so freaking hard.
And it actually goes to 10,000.
It's like it actually goes to 10,000. I'm like, well, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I told that strong man what it was. He was wrong. I was right.
Hey, it's more advertising for my channel. You can go right ahead and make videos about me.
Yeah. It right here.
This video is not financial advice. Fuck you, strong man.
Ape Father YOLO'd everything at 60.
Really? Did he actually?
His life savings. I mean, why not put like 10% of your savings in there if you're that high conviction? Your entire life savings? You're an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't care if it does go to the moon. That's way too much of a gamble right there.
Are you gonna buy some water bottles from him when you're under the freeway overpass?
Am I gonna buy some water bottles? I think he just drinks.
Dude, look at it. Look at Exotic Colors 995. Look at his comment.
Oh my God.
We are wrong, but okay though. Check the DD. You're gonna be getting double D's.
That word used to mean something.
Hey, Exotic Colors, are you seeing this right now?
I can't even use the word due diligence anymore or deep dive. I'm just disgusted by its use.
It's not a real thing anymore.
I'm just
we have to find a new term for like actual stock research.
Stock
research.
research.
There we go.
And then
we need to teach looking at the balance sheets are the way to go.
yeah, dude.
Balance sheets.
So balance sheets.
Oh, did you see? It got sent to me. This clip from the Millennial Money when the Heinrich Jikh, whatever, he was explaining DCFs and Jeremy's face, just like as if he was just like, you don't understand. He was explaining discounted cash flows actually to Graham and Lafufu. I can't remember. Jeremy. And yeah, no, it was crazy.
Jeremy openly admitted he doesn't know what a DCF is. I mean, I'm not like a genius stock analysis guy, but I taught myself DCF. It's really not that hard. It's just freaking, free cash flow. You do a little bit of time value of money, and that's it. I mean, it's not hard. But Jeremy, with 700,000 subscribers, doesn't know what that is. All he knows is revenue growth and future.
I try to explain to people quite often on my channel. I'm like, all it takes on a discounted cash flow is like 20 minutes in Excel to figure it out.
Hold on, we need to address this comment here. Strongman has been exposed.
I'll do it again. You ready?
Give it to us.
You gotta do that'll beat him.
He makes his money working for the exact people who are bringing this down. What do y'all think about this comment? You think the hedge funds are paying me?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
So stupid.
Hey, Strongman, you seeing this right now, Hedgie?
Nike hoodie?
No, that has to be 100%. It has to be a joke. Has to be just irony.
This guy's legit. I think. I don't. Think
this guy's legit. Oh my God.
Well, the problem with that dude is he doesn't have Neuralink yet.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? This is the internet, man.
Neuralink.
I don't know why that's so funny.
No, dude. Yeah, like that's another part that you can't get across to these people. Well, you didn't do your due diligence. Why would I spend hours reading a 10K when I can look at tattooed taint and just be like, this company's not profitable? Call me when it is.
And you don't even need to take hours reading the 10K. I mean, you want to read, the business section. You want to skim the risks. Maybe go look at management's discussion and analysis. Then look at the financial statements. And if you have questions about any of the accounts, then go look in the notes. But you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours. You don't have to read the whole freaking thing. Like, half of it's like fluff nonsense.
Well, because a lot of them still think like this is research. I read that Elon said there's going to be full self-driving by 2025. You didn't factor that into your discounted cash flow. Like, okay.
Oh, have all of you guys seen the?
Dude, I scares CA. That makes me happy.
Scares. Have all you guys seen the meme I put out?
Did you put it on YouTube?
I tried on YouTube. They cucked it. So for 48 hours, yeah, completely for 48 hours, and I put a lot of work in it. So then I was like, I'm just going to post it on Instagram from now on because it's not even to make money; it's just for the laughs. And it's like a overlay of The Office with Meet Kevin. Like,
oh, I need to see this.
Worth it. It's worth it. Go on. Yeah, I'll email it to you. I'll send. Do you have an Instagram? I'll just send it to you via Instagram.
Yeah, I haven't. I barely check it, but dude, I do have it.
Just message me your Instagram, private. Don't put it up.
You, Chris, you kicked him in the ribs and he shot right back up. You retards.
Yeah, we're so dumb. We didn't buy a dying theater company. Yeah.
Watch the language. Exotic colors.
Yeah, dude. Hey, exotic colors. You better not use the R. There might be Kevin fans watching this.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt Kevin's feelings. Come on, man. That's rude.
Yeah, I'll extend the olive branch to this individual. That is, you are not fighting the hedge funds. You're not. That's such a noob thing to think. That's clearly like that movement, that whole movement is probably has so many grifters involved in it at the top, just kind of leading you guys along. You guys are not.
What are you kidding? Is a grifter. I don't I knew that from the beginning. They're like, well, he kept certain shares. Like, yes.
Yeah.
So if he's ever asked by the SEC, this is what he can do. Sure, I made $32 million off of this, but I mean, I had confidence in the stock. That's why I left $6 million in my account. And I'm down on that. This is a value play. That's why he did that. Like, I don't understand why these people can't get it.
Continue.
Go ahead.
No, I said there's just it's a movement that took advantage of the generalized sentiment that villainizes hedge funds. And sure, fine, fuck them. But you're not attacking them properly, right? The best way to actually win is to simply just avoid their financial products, like the Wall Street. Don't avoid their financial products, and you will. If you do it in mass, you will.
Or even buying individual stocks and not investing with anybody.
Precisely.
Or
exactly.
not paying any fees.
Yes.
Like low cost index funds and your tax advantaged accounts. He's like, you idiots keep calling it a dying theater company. Yeah, dude, it has negative earnings per share.
Yeah.
Like, it's a dying theater company. GameStop is a dying company. I don't know.
You must be addicted to that extra butter on that popcorn.
Wasn't AMC coming out with their own popcorn? Yeah. There's this YouTuber called Phil For Real, and like I made a video or two about him, and then every time I make a video, he like threatens to kill me or something like that. So I was like,
oh my gosh,
whatever. This guy's a maniac. But he made a freaking video where he talked about like AMC popcorn and how that was somehow going to make AMC go to the moon, or it was like the most ridiculous freaking thing.
And there are much better like movie theaters that you can get much better food and stuff at. If you want to invest in a movie theater, I think you can probably do better off that with those.
Well, if you want to invest in entertainment,
listen to this.
You could just buy Netflix.
Yeah, and Netflix or what owns Hulu? Isn't there conglomerates that own like Hulu and Paramount Plus and all these places?
It's separated. Hulu is separate into Disney, I think, Warner Brothers, and they might have sold their their position, but it's a group.
Viacom owns Paramount Plus, I think.
Yes. Yeah, they do.
AMC's shares are up 376% this year. That means the AMC has to increase their profits by 376% just to break even.
That's totally doable, bro. All they have to do is make $1, and they've crushed their most recent earnings.
They already crushed earnings because I paid them to watch Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah, I got a question about those Fabio, about those new streaming services. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you heard that that the AT&T and Discovery deal that's coming this year. They said that new company is going to have more cash flow than Netflix.
Potentially, because especially if you're talking about, are you talking about cash from operations?
I think so. That's what I've heard.
Yes, Netflix has very low cash from operations because they actually expense a lot of cash into new shows. So Netflix is very aggressive. That's why I'd say it's very difficult sometimes to analyze Netflix using cash flows, because that's probably what Bill Ackman maybe is doing if he's looking at this from a long-term perspective. He's probably kind of making projections out way into the future when they stop spending that level of cash. But yeah, I'd assume that that's probably true because, for example, Warner Brothers and Discovery have a huge library, and reality TV content is actually a lot cheaper to produce, and that's like Discovery's thing. So I would say that that statement on face value, on the surface, is probably correct right off the get-go. Again, I don't know what Netflix will do in the future, but based on the current reality, absolutely. Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard. I'm going to quote or find out Netflix's cash flows as of late, just around there. And I think it is, it's negative for now because their cash from operations is about $400 million. Capital expenditure is $500 million, but you got to take into account that they had expenses upwards on the cash flow statement that are basically all of the shows that they're investing in. So,
hey, 510 Purple, are you a real person or a bot? Because if you are, get your crypto garbage off our channel.
oh
Yeah, hey, 510 Purple, I got a message for you and family.
Give us a message.
It freezes.
Of course, perfect timing, Nate. I think Lafufu's been.
we can hear it though.
Yeah, go
I did make a
somewhere
video
else.
about Shiba. I was because like they had a massive run up. And I was like, this is gonna dump, and of course, it's like down massively since the run up. It's so easy to predict these cryptocurrencies.
Guess what? Andrei Jikh tried to delete his video with the guy on Million Token, and guess where that video's living forever? J-Nog's channel.
Holy
reaction to it. I wish I'd done at the time what I wanted to do. Download the video and then release it on my channel so he could never get rid of it.
I did not know that. I'm learning this just now. He promoted Million Token.
He didn't promote it. He did.
Yeah.
What happened was he had a guest on there who was talking about how Million Token is the future. And it's just the same recycled garbage we hear with everything that's hype. And the guy was going, I don't care if I lose it. I don't care if I lose my money. I go, you guys keep saying that until you lose your money, and then you're going to care. I don't know why anybody would say that. I care a lot. If I lost legitimately 5% of my portfolio, just gone, wiped out to zero, I bought AMC stock, I'd be really angry. So, but he tried to take the video down once Million Token peaked and then went down. Chris,
right, I want your professional opinion, guys. I'm going to share my screen. Do you think this is a pump and dump or not? Just be honest, okay? Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. So, shoots up to, God, I can't even get it, $200. And of course it dumps, and now it's down to $10.
Well, I have to ask you, can we take a look at the balance sheets?
The balance sheets? Oh, we pull the balance sheets.
Doesn't have balance sheets?
We'll do a DCF on Million Token.
Okay, can we do a DCF?
Oh, boy. Shiba, I'm definitely making a Shiba video later today if I have time.
White Nubian King brings up a good point. I mean, look, if you want to gamble on crypto, gamble on crypto. I say that all the time. I guess you can trade it with the technicals. People are doing that. So go ahead and do that. But don't load up on your portfolio and don't think that you're doing anything other than gambling. I occasionally gamble on a stock. It's worth a small amount of money, but I occasionally do it.
Exactly. Yeah,
did you print some attendees with like Neo or something?
Hey, Patrick A.
Yeah, I printed mad tendies. I think I went in $200 on Neo at like I came in at $20-something, got out at 40. Mad tendies.
I'm gonna pump my discovery play so much. My $400 investment.
Did you guys know that I printed tendies with Palantir?
Did you print some tendies with it? When did you get in on it?
October. I was actually looking at my brokerage because because that's a bold statement sometimes to say. So I was going to like post screenshots, but like I never would talk about it because that was a speculative play that, you know, you have the difference between what I would do and what someone else would do. And I would never promote something like that. But so I'm saying that now right here. And then you had people like Tom Nash. I bought in October, which was the date, October 2020. And average cost, I'm looking at my broker, 986. That's the one. 986.
When'd you sell out, or do you still hold the share?
I sold in the 30s, the 20s, and then I got my last call taken away from me at 24. Then that was the last of it. So then what happened was I sold some when it was pretty high. Then I started selling calls on it, and then generated some income. And then the calls were insane. I was making like 20% of my position in just the call premiums. And then
you should have totally started grifting, man.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even making videos at the time. And then also one thing that my close friends would know, we and this is like my very, very, very close friends from like childhood. So I let him in on like Lucid, CCIV, and it was way before Meet Kevin was talking about it. Yeah, no, that one was beautiful. One of my friends though, he got greedy. He fell into like the trap that I told him he would fall into. That it's if as soon as it goes up, you got to know when to like completely just let go. And it was at like 50, almost $60. And I think it got into the 60s, but I told everyone we need to get out. And then he stayed in and he had the mistake of it's going to keep going up. And I said, don't get greedy. Man. I started selling in the 30s. It's the same way I get into a stock, I also get out of stocks. If because these were speculations, by the way, everyone, complete speculations, nowhere near like big size of the portfolio. These are just for fun. And we were in a point in time when there was like a bunch of liquidity entering the system and everyone was getting it. So it was a time when you could just like throw a rock and get into some of these things. And but yeah, like when we were talking about Palantir earlier, yeah, Tom Nash, he's pretty funny. I thought he was really funny. All the stuff he says, and he doesn't really maybe understand too much of what the company actually does. I mean, it's a good company, but like, it's completely overvalued, way, way, way overvalued, ridiculous. There's a lot of hype behind it. And I guess you could say that I was an elder in the stock. So
yeah, especially if you're buying these spec stocks in a tax advantage account. I mean, you get 100% gains. You're keeping all of them.
Yeah, these were in my Roth, and I'm trying to find the CCIV one because that one was absolutely. That was in 2021, early 2021.
Yeah, I totally would have sold Discover. I think I was up like 40%. I was like, man, I had it in Robinhood. I was like, dang, if this was in my Roth, I would have liquidated this crap right now.
If you like, dude, a way to play Tesla is, you wouldn't get any argument out of me is if you were speculating and as it grew in your portfolio, you just said, I'm not going to let it grow past whatever the number is. Let's just say 3% in this instance. But if you were just taking profits all the way up, man, yeah, you didn't make as much as a dude that, sat in there, but you don't know what the stock is going to do. It went parabolic. So at any point, the bottom can just drop out of it and revert to the mean. You've lost all your profit. Why not lock it in, like tamp down your greed a little bit, lock in the profits, throw that into an index fund, and then whatever. Because I mean, I would have I use Tesla just as an example, but I mean, I don't think that Tesla is a bad company. It's just that I'm going to look at a company and when it gets massively overvalued, sell it off.
Oh, I think I found it. Churchill.
Yeah, that's what I did, Jay. I had Tesla back when it was like 1,200 pre-split, and then I watched it go all the way up, and then I watched it split, and then I sold around 800. So I was like, oh, sweet, couple $1,000 going into the Roth.
Yeah, and think about it like this, man. We're like a year out from when you sold it, when it's still trading in the 800s now. So like you sold it,
it'll go back up again. Yeah. Don't worry, Jay. It'll be 1,500 in like 2 weeks. They'll have a fake deal with Hertz again, and then it'll just skyrocket.
It wouldn't surprise me because it's just the bubble that refuses to die.
I have a question about that. So, how does a formerly bankrupt rental car company have enough money to buy 100,000 cars at $45,000 each?
Brian, I had the same exact question when I heard that news.
I had the same question also. I was like, what do you mean you're going to buy Teslas? You guys are broke. I have more money than Hertz did.
Recapitalization. They just, passed on the debt. New owners. The shareholders got wiped out. Stuff like that.
Yeah, it was all marketing gimmick.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they correct it? Shouldn't the SEC have something? Shouldn't be looking into that because that's clearly they do not have the money to buy that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily illegal, I don't think, to make stupid business decisions. I mean,
what are you really going to do? Elon Musk, and it was pointed out in the comment section, just came out and he said it's more important for Tesla to concentrate on robots than cars. So isn't
here I found it.
Like It's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like arrest that guy? I mean, that's just a stupid comment. You're a car company. You're not a robotics company.
Did you find your attendees, Fabio?
I did. I bought the Churchill acquisition, which was what it was before it became Lucid. I bought it at 113.2021 and price of 14,954. And it was my Roth IRA. So that was the tendies moment. And that was before me.
Can y'all see that maybe?
Oh, this man shows the brokerage to the camera.
I made
brave
$69.
What is this
crap?
What position?
Dude, I tried to play Nicola with like $300 and got burned.
Oh.
And I did a video on it. I go, guys, I knew this company was stupid, but I just had to play, and I FOMO'd because I was like, okay, this stock is going to go parabolic. That's what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, I'm going to get home from work tonight and buy some shares. I bought in at 70 because I was like, it's going parabolic. I don't know where it's going. Boom, drops off. I'm like, oh, God damn it. I'll just take my losses.
Hey, stocks can go down too.
Yeah. Oh, I have a question about what do you think is going to happen when Tesla cannot deliver on full self-driving, even though they've advertised it as such?
Nothing. What's going to take Tesla out is if they have a bad quarter. Mm-hmm. Like their growth rates are a lot lower than people are expecting, which could easily happen. That's the only thing that's going to dismantle that stock. But I think you're promising FSD and nobody cares. They just keep buying the stock.
I think you're not, and I don't think you're going to miss earnings for a while. I think this is going to be the stock that just refuses to die for a while. I think the air is just going to slowly come out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, but I can't predict the future. It's just looking at it now. Most of the stocks that went parabolic, you look at them and now they're trading way down. Tesla isn't. I didn't do a good job on that live stream because I was just getting frustrated, which I have to work on that, because the dude was just trying to act like a lawyer and win, where I was saying, I'll admit, I don't know what its intrinsic value is. And he goes, yours was too low. Okay, for you. Like, I'm telling you what the cash flows justify, but I just think that it's basically a cult at this point, because Tesla and Facebook are selling at almost the exact same market cap. Facebook did $35 billion last year in free cash flow. Tesla did about 2.6. If you had $1 trillion, which company would you buy? Well, I'd buy Facebook.
Tesla.
Yeah, well, that's why you are strong, man, the greatest investor of all time.
That brings me to something I wanted to say about Twitter. The people there, I think it literally is a cult mindset that they have. Warren Redlick, I don't know. You guys know Warren Redlick?
Yeah. I get attacked for cracking on it.
He, I think there might be something wrong with him. I don't know, but he's now promoting the Tesla bot. He has a tweet here that basically I think he's trying to get like a sex bot. I don't know. Is this is this chat where I could put something here?
Yeah, you should be able to drop a link, or I can go on his Twitter real quick and see it.
Yeah, here's something from Mr. Redlick here.
Docklich. I like how people like tag me on Twitter and I never go on there. Like, bro, have you checked your Twitter recently? No. Oh God, he looks horrible.
Man, he's attacking my Wi-Fi. You the worst. I'm gonna get all of you guys.
Dude, I'll show you. I'll make fun of your Wi-Fi, and then I'll comment that Tesla is living rent-free in your head.
What do y'all think about this man?
What?
Holy
oh my God.
Smokes.
All right, let's
that hairline is going back to the truck stop.
Where is this tweet?
I think it's a little bit further down.
Warren
There's
Redlick.
one.
Billy Mays. Yes, it is. It's an illogical person making ridiculous offers to you every day.
What task do you think Tesla bot will most likely be able to do at the end of 2024? By 2024, we're gonna have bots patrolling what perimeter?
There's one where he's interested if you scroll.
Keep going down.
Yeah, I think there's one. I'll keep scrolling. Yeah, there's just one of his other
sex bot in it. Let's see, no.
Oh, dude, it's definitely going to be an Elon Musk sex bot for these guys.
Yeah, I think he has a weird thing for Ellie in space. I don't know if you've noticed that, but he seems to
where is it?
Panties all the times. Let's see.
It should.
Maybe he deleted it. Maybe he got embarrassed and realized how stupid he was.
Because he deleted, he might have deleted something recently where he said that why is Tesla stock going down? Isn't it supposed to go up with good news?
Is this it?
Yeah, I think that's it, yes.
Have you looked at real world applications for
Jay,
AI?
I knew you would like that.
Oh, God. What an idiot.
Jay, I knew you would love that comment.
Oh, I didn't recognize him with hair. That's the guy that yells at people.
Did you see my comment?
For Tesla.
Yeah, he's got clown hair in my video comments.
Well, yeah, dude, I get attacked. They go, I've had people come on my channel going, everything that Warren says makes sense and everything that you say doesn't. And I go, okay.
This is actually a very insightful comment here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, lot lizards are on life support, man.
Oh, there's one last thing. Did you guys know of a guy he's been on Meet Kevin's channel quite a bit. His name is Ross Gerber. He's a quote unquote fund manager.
I've seen him. I don't know who that is.
Oh, so he's a grifter. If you look, him and Gary Black are two notable grifters on Twitter. They're funny enough. I don't know if you guys know a guy named Dave Portnoy from Barstool. Yeah, he had an interview with Ross Gerber because Ross Gerber said that the PPP loan was ridiculous, that the Lakers got it, and he said it was some Trump scam. But then Ross Gerber 2 months later got a PPP loan, and he got confronted on it on Dave Portnoy's podcast. It was pretty funny.
You know, the one thing I'm glad is I wasn't doing taxes back when there were PPP loans, because apparently that was a freaking disaster.
But if you look at those two, there are two ETFs. GK is Ross Gerber's one. It has a 1%. It has maybe a 0.7% or 1% expense ratio, and it's down 25% all time. Gary Black is down 25% of all time, and he has a 1% expense ratio.
What's the ticker?
The first one is just GK, and then the second one is FFND.
GK. Well, I need to go look into this guy. It seems very
scumbags.
grifty.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a 0.75 management fee, just like Kathy Wood.
Who's this guy? Ross Gerber.
Ross Gerber, and then Gary Black.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but here's his freaking ETF. Tesla 8%, Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, MGM. I mean, it's not as bad as Kathy Wood, but
no.
I mean, to be
Alphabet. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. This is definitely not worth paying a 0.75 management fee.
Gary Black's is even worse.
I think it is.
So they're both.
I'd buy it for
the first guy.
$10,000.
Oh no, this one's Future Fund. Who's the Future Fund? Is that
Future
the same
Fund
guy?
is Gary Black. He looks like a gremlin if you see him.
Gary Black, and then GK. That's the guy who was on Meet Kevin's show.
Yes.
Gerber. Okay, I'll write them down.
Man, he's buddy with Meat Breath. What a shock.
Yeah, dude. Somebody was asking, is Lucid a fraud? I don't know if Lucid is a fraud, but I mean, there's just nothing. There's nothing to it. Like, you can't. I mean, it's not producing anything. What do you want? If that's a stock you want to buy it. I'm not going to buy that piece of crap.
I mean, people just want the next Tesla because all these clowns missed out on it. And they're bitter and sad. It's like, well, maybe this will be the next Tesla, and I can print Tindies. That's the only reason people are talking about that stock.
That was.
I saw a video recently of I can't remember who it was, but I have to find him. Kathy Wood, apparently, she crashed and burned the 2000s.
Yes.
There's evidence.
I didn't know
Yes.
that. Do tell. Please tell. I didn't know.
Okay.
I
I'll
just
let
looked at
Brian
Kathy
say,
Woods
but
and I
I'm
go,
so
I'm
happy
going
he's bringing that up.
That's all I have to say, really, because I can't find the video of it. But Fabio, you probably sound like you know.
No, she's like, okay, so she's famous in the finance industry because she's like the definite. She's the OG grifter. She's the OG grifter. She's been doing this for so long, but she's a very wealthy grifter. And every so often, she just appears out of nowhere and then has this new innovation, whatever, mumbo jumbo. And then she sells a bunch of people on it. So she was there in the .com days doing the same thing that she's doing now. And, buying all these very speculative pre-profit innovation stuff. And with the same whole like sales pitch that this is the future, this is innovation. And then when it collapsed, she just disappeared. And then she started building up again. And then she's doing it again. And it's just really funny to watch it happen over and over and over again. And then if this collapses, trust me, she's going to disappear. It's going to be like 20 years later. And she's going to show up really old, but hasn't aged a day, like super Botoxed up.
Well, I think she has a daughter, so she'll probably have training. She's probably training her daughter to take up the.
They switch, but they look the same.
Her daughter vampire, hair like gray or something that looks exactly like her.
Or she's a vampire, and that's what she's telling us, so that we don't suspect.
Well, the funniest thing was one of the channels that I've watched where I'm just going, all right, I don't have a problem with this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Is the Dream Green show, but he just goes, Kathy Woods is opening up a space ETF, and I go, how do you not understand that this is a grift? This is just a straight grift.
Yeah.
How was that done recently? I mean, I remember talking about that, and I just
the outflows are hitting again. It went parabolic. I shouldn't say it went parabolic, but I mean there was just massive inflows, and there were a lot of people on YouTube warning about this, and they said all of these inflows are going to be met with outflows. And there you go. As soon as Tesla, whenever that is, if ARK's still around, because 17 out of their last time I looked, it could be different now. But like on their flagship fund, 17 out of the 20 were unprofitable. The best company she owned in there, Lockheed Martin, was the lowest weighting.
Didn't you make a video? You had like a tomahawk in your hand and you were on the whiteboard. That was actually a pretty good video. You made that a long time ago.
Yeah, dude. But it's like I guess you're at the point now with all this where it's like there's nothing new under the sun, and every generation has to learn its lesson. And the people that are telling you, man, we've all seen this before, whether we just study the history of it or we were there. But we've seen all this before. All the arguments that you make about hype are not new. They're the exact same arguments.
Yes, Nathan?
Yes.
David hired me.
Commenting saying how we all said you should leave us, and I said, dude, we're all crisis actors except Fabio.
We have Fabio here. He brings some class to our discussions. Okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, so
I'm a crisis actor. I'll admit it.
But yeah, a lot of people are now shorting Kathy Woods' fund. So I mean, what happens? I don't know, but I know it's going to implode at some point. People are going to realize they're not getting their money back, and they'll try and get whatever they can out of it.
I'm actually buying the dip because I believe in the future, not the past. So you keep dumping on Kathy Wood. We'll see who wins in 10 years.
Yeah, dude, it probably won't be me, man. I'll probably be down at the truck stop because I didn't buy ARK Innovation Funds.
You just didn't buy SARK.
SARK.
Yeah, SARK.
I bet you that one's printed Tindies. That's the short ETF for ARK, isn't it?
Austin, remember Austin? He bought that. Yeah, I didn't buy it. I didn't want to buy it, but yeah, he bought it. He did. He's doing good so far.
I miss Austin. I know what he's doing. The poor boy.
Oh,
see, he works for a big. I guess he does. You know, he's probably doing way more work than I am.
Yeah, so it's endless days. Busy season just picked up, so
Whatever. He'll be back. Yeah, you made it. When I first watched your video, I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna be gone forever. What happened to him?" But,
well, he'll be back here and there because he's gonna make cameos here and there because he's gonna dive full deep into that. Fabio has big set. Oh, that's you, Nathan. What? I just saw my name. My eyes went right to
Fabio.
Yeah.
I love that name. It's so sexy.
Who's that
Fabio.
guy?
It's my parents. You know,
That is a sex.
all the siblings we have Italian names because my father's Italian. So
Yeah,
I'm Italian too, baby.
Are you?
Roscoe. Yeah.
Rascal.
Yeah, I am.
I'm surrounded by
Mom
a
was
bunch of
born in Italy.
Italians.
Yeah, we're all Italian except for Jay Nagy. My grandpa was Italian, so I think we need to get Jay Nagy off this conversation.
Hey, for me, Mario.
We're gonna rename this the Pasta Boys or something like that.
I got an OTC shark company. I don't know.
What if that was actually a ticker symbol? Shark.
Somebody's got to be funny enough to make it out there.
I might actually try to get if I get big enough on YouTube, I might try to become like listed on some kind of exchange. People can buy stock in my company. I can be like a penny stock and then pump my own company.
How?
Fabio, this person's still commenting about.
What happened?
Nah,
This person's still commenting saying we're destroying your reputation.
Oh no, not at all. These are the guys that are going to be policing the YouTube finance. Just wait, you'll see.
Dude, I keep forgetting. People keep telling me to check out ticker symbol U. I just keep forgetting to do it. I'll check them out.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of talking about meat breath. I mean, I definitely capitalized on that whole situation, but
get into Cathie Wood. Get into Cathie Wood, the ultimate OG grifter. She's the mother of grifters, or the queen of grifters.
I like mother of grifters, like the mother of dragons from
Yeah.
I like mother of grifters. I'm gonna steal that from you and start calling her that.
I mean, the whole grift in the YouTube space was just copying what Cathie Wood said. Do you know what Cathie said today? And then you just basically pump the same stocks that she does, and that's how you grow your channel.
I had a sorry.
I just want to ask you: is there any way to go and find that? I saw that video on it that her old hedge fund crashed and burned. Is there any way to go back and look and see what stocks that were in that hedge fund?
If you get the name, then you can find out.
Okay.
And
I'm sure it's on I'm sure you can find it on Google pretty easily.
It's on the internet. The thing that was the future. What is this?
I'm looking up Cathie Woods right now. See if on her Wikipedia.
Oh, I had a friend who was, he was one of those. The 2020 came around and he got new into the stock market. And then what I knew that this was insane was he started quoting to me Cathie Woods. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is getting out of hand. And he was participating
in innovation a lot.
Yes. And he would send me tickers and he'd be like, hey, what do you think about this one? This is disrupting blah, blah, blah. And it's innovating in blah, blah, blah.
Disruption. It's disruption.
It's like, oh my God. No, but what was terrible was for a long time, I say this on the channel as a lesson, it's worse to be right for the wrong reasons than it is to just be wrong. Because then you're going to so he was thinking he was correct because some of these stocks were just going up. And he was like, look, you see, it's disrupting. It's going great. And I was like, oh my gosh,
The stock went up, bro. You're just so dumb. You don't understand.
Well, yeah. Brian pointed that out with himself in the beginning. Right, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you called something and it went correct. But here it is. In 2001, she joined Alliance Bernstein as Chief Investment Officer of Global Thematic Strategies, where she worked for 12 years managing $5 billion. She was criticized for performing worse than the overall market during the financial crisis of 2007, 2008.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know what that means. I don't, like in a time like that, you could have the most logical positions in stocks possible.
You said during 2007, 2008?
Yeah.
That was the Bernstein. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I try to be honest about stuff. I mean, I've even said about me, Kevin, in his defense, stocks can and do just go irrational when he was actually, some of his positions weren't panning out. I said that, but then I said something to the effect of the stocks you buy have to be backed up by some sort of fundamentals. It doesn't matter whether you and I agree exactly about what the fundamentals are. So you're not going to get an argument out of me if, you want to get a general ballpark of what a market cap should be. And I use a multiple of 15 and you use a multiple of 25. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to say, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure on that, but you have to have it backed up by certain metrics. So I don't know what company she bought.
Yeah, I'd have to do some more research into that. Her old hedge fund from the early 2000s.
It'd be interesting to start an ETF. Just like put a really low expense ratio, because then that's like a tax advantage, and I would invest through it myself, like just myself. I wonder if that's possible. I got to look into that, ask some questions around.
I would buy your ETF.
No, it'd be interesting because it'd be very tax advantageous. I just like make the moves in there, and I just don't sell personally, and then just in my non-tax advantage accounts.
The S&P 499.
Yes, I've made a new index. It's the S&P 499.
Yeah, my new index. It's just minus Tesla.
I probably need like a stupid amount of licenses.
S&P 69.
Yeah, the finance industry is so heavily regulated, which still blows my mind that these idiots can go on here and do what they do. But it is a highly, highly regulated. Like, I think I tried to look up if I can start my own financial advising practice where, okay, you pay me a flat fee and I'll tell you to buy BT. But I was like, holy crap, all these licenses and crap you got to get and maintain. It's a huge pain.
Well, dude, I just wonder after all this hype ends, what the fallout will be. I've talked about that several times. It's why I enjoy doing both things, but that's why I also have the added rant on my channel. Because I don't think that really much is going to come of it, but I just don't know. Like, what is going to happen to dudes like Lafufu and not so much Jikh. Jikh is just a crypto shell, right? That's going to collapse. I don't think much is going to come from that. But it's the guys who are actually, meet Kevin. I don't even think much is going to come from that either, but I don't know.
They're already so big. I mean, they could completely pivot to something else and still be just fine. They might not talk about stocks forever.
See, Meet Kevin, I think, is a good case study of something that got really corrupted really fast. Because I remember he did provide decent quality content with just in real estate. He was providing good quality, and he was calling out Grant Cardone. He was like, I was having this conversation with Austin. He was kind of like what you're doing now, but doing it back then for real estate. And then he just got corrupted at some point, and then he just went absolutely insane. It's a beautiful cycle.
I guess it is when you get corrupted, especially, you get really big and people are like, hey, I'll give you 10 grand, 20 grand to talk about my stock. Everybody was going to be tempted by that.
How much did you get offered?
Oh, for that. I think that was a scam, but it was like $700 for an NFT. I think it's a scam. They would have paid me.
Yeah, but but also the problem with that is you look at like Scrubner, he goes and he promotes very good, very stupid food company or whichever one of these stupid soy boy stocks. And then what happens? It falls off a cliff right after he pumps it because they paid a bunch of other YouTubers. There is a reason why at one point everybody came out and they were saying, I'm putting $10,000 of my own money in very good food company.
No, the scariest, most obvious grift. There was this company called Apollo Gold and Silver. And literally there was like 20 different smaller YouTubers on the same freaking day, all posted a video pumping up the company. It was ridiculous how coordinated it was. And of course, that penny stock freaking crashed after that. But there's definitely a lot of shenanigans going on, and nobody's doing anything about it.
So right now, Very Good Food Company is down to 56 cents.
Jeez.
I think when Scrubner was pushing
That's
it, if that is the company, I don't know. It was one of those soy boy companies. I'd have to go back and look, but I think whatever stock that he was pumping at the time was trading over $3.
Yeah, but of course he like, you know, bitches out and deletes the video. It's like, come on, bro, own your mistakes, be a man.
Some people just can't take an L.
Yeah, but I mean that just tells me that he doesn't know that there's no fundamentals to the company, or you know, he just took the money, which either case is bad.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it. Okay, if somebody offered each one of you $10,000, I mean, it is very tempting to get sucked into that whole.
It is tempting, but if you come to me with Very Good Food Company, I wouldn't do it. I mean, look, if Very Good Food Company came to me with like $10 million and they were like, "Are you pump Very Good Food Company?" I would, and then I would do it mockingly.
Oh, dude, if somebody gave me $10 million, I'd be like, I'm sorry, guys, I would sell out and I would do it.
Yeah, dude, I would be on here going, Very Good Food Company is a great company with a profitable future. This is definitely not satire.
Strongman has a price, okay? You $10 million, we're talking.
Yeah.
People sell out pretty cheap.
Man, $10 million, but that'll never happen.
I mean, I don't think I would even take that, even for like 10,000. I mean, because after I lose a lot of people a lot of money, which I know is going to happen.
Yeah,
if they see me on the street, they might have some words for me.
They might have.
I think we can make more money in the long run, being honest. You know, you don't have to pump garbage stocks. If you tell the truth, eventually the truth will win, and you'll grow as a channel and, you know, build your brand based on that alone. You just have to be patient. It's just like buying stocks for the long term. You have to be patient. You can't, you know, sell out or freak out because they go down after a month or two.
Some people are crazy, and if they lose all their money because of me or someone else, I'm like, I'll be a little worried.
You know what's gonna be funny is when VT goes down, if there's like a huge correction. And everybody's gonna be like, Strongman, why did VT go down? I thought it only went up. And be like, well, how many times?
That's why but also, dude, you tell people, expect it. Like, this is, if you buy VT, expect to see a 40 to 60% drop on it over the course of you buying it. It will happen at some point. Nobody knows when, but don't panic. VT just came on sale. That's what really buying the dip is. People buy the dip to companies with no fundamentals.
Oh, dude, if VT went down 60%, I would be selling my butt, taking Very Good Food Company infomercials, whatever I need to do to get more cash to buy it.
I'd sell my neighbor's dog.
Come here,
you guys
Rufus.
Need to see the meme and then just pay attention to who is designated as financial education in the meme. You need to see it. Exactly what you're saying.
Oh, here's a good one. All right, everybody. This is Grizzly Wintergreen. I would totally sponsor Grizzly, by the way. This is Grizzly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to buy it and have cancer, but it's really good. It tastes good.
510 purple. I'm surprised no one has killed Ape Father yet.
Well, we all know he's a clown. I mean, he knows it. I know it. But
bro, I would wait on cholesterol before I'd wait on somebody to actually do it.
All right, Karka, you get your day in the sun. Censor me, please, strong man. Sub, please. All right, if you send me $100 super chat, I will censor you. Okay. But you need to give me $100 first.
Dude, I've been trolling Karka for the last 5 minutes. I'm just trolling some of the people in the comment section. That shit's so fun.
Don't forget to buy my course before you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's A plus B equals C. It's not hard.
Where'd Jay go?
Karka, where's that $100 super chat? You're not getting censored unless your broke ass puts some money for.
So, what do you guys think is gonna happen soon, right, with the Fed?
With the Fed, I don't even
The
track
interest
the
rate
Fed. It's
stuff?
like, okay, they're going to raise interest rates. And then, I mean, to me, it's just so weird. It's like, shouldn't this stuff already be priced in? I mean, haven't they been pretty upfront about what they're going to do? It's
For
like
a while now.
Yeah, you just price it in. It's like, okay, stocks shouldn't go down at all. They really shouldn't. I mean, if the market was rational, but I guess they're not.
Take efficient market hypothesis, and you're going to put that to the side.
Yeah, efficient markets, I believe in that in the long run.
Yes.
But this
in the short run,
just proven
in the
that.
short run, you can never have it because people, I mean, even if you wanted to take unprofitable companies out of it, people are going to look at different companies in different ways. So it's going to create price disparities. So one person might say, hey, this stock is worth $30. It's trading at $30. And another guy might say, I disagree. I think it's worth 20. Because if you put value investors, if you put 100 of them in a room, they'll all come up with different prices.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine is by far the most accurate. So you should definitely listen to me and buy my course.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, the efficient market hypothesis. I just look at, I'm like, don't agree with that.
I mean, in long run, it's 100%.
Yes, I agree with that. I just don't agree with it in the short run.
I mean, like Tesla's like, once I saw Tesla, I was like, okay, efficient market, short term is just stupid.
This is the other problem with efficient market hypothesis. It presumes that everybody has the same information. Everybody might have the same access to information, but that doesn't mean everybody has the same information because you might be into whatever Funko Pops and be sitting there going, I can estimate how much it's going to grow. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, I don't care about those things.
Well, I mean, I think now that we have, supercomputers, I mean, a lot of the big institutions probably do mostly have all the same information and they get it probably at the same time. I mean, back in the day, it was probably easier to find inefficiencies because, there wasn't the internet. But now, I don't know, it's probably, I think efficient markets does make sense more now than it did before. But in the short term, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah. It's there. I mean, but I also think, the heavy indexation is actually then allowing kind of like a little bit of creeping in for people who don't ascribe to efficient market hypothesis to make some good picks here and there because a lot of money's passive now. So,
you can definitely find good picks. I mean, like obviously Tesla proves that the market is not rational, not in the slightest. I mean, yeah, there's always ways to make there's always a possibility to beat the index. It's just freaking hard to do.
Yeah. You didn't hear about the Tesla search engine and the Tesla dating apps and the Tesla
phone?
I'm just making up stuff now.
Yeah,
they're disrupting everything. They're disrupting
I was like, is he
everything.
serious? Like that wouldn't surprise me if that was a thing.
Fanboys buy a Tesla and then, it's like it just starts giving you girls that want to date a guy driving a Tesla.
Oh, the Cybertruck is delayed again. I saw recently on the earnings. I was like, wow, that's unfortunate.
You know why Tesla's garbage? It's because they've always talked about, they're gonna have a mass market car. It's gonna be $25K. And then recently Elon Musk is like, yeah, we're not even working on that right now. Like, no, it's a luxury automobile brand.
And so I really don't.
Apparently they're not working on anything else either.
Yeah, I see people talking about how, we're just going to keep on selling this Model Y for $60,000. It's a small hatchback, and the Model 3 for $45,000. The Model 3 is not made for anyone over 5'8". I don't believe after sitting in it, but it's like I hope there's not a recession because Toyota's $25,000 Corolla is going to still sell pretty well in a recession. It's going to get hit probably a little bit less, but than a $60,000 car.
So what you're saying is if the S model isn't made for anybody over 5'8", is that Kevin needs to tie blocks on his feet just to reach the pedals?
Yeah, probably. The Model 3, that car is very small.
I mean, when I'm looking at an investor or YouTuber, I look at their height. If they're short, I just immediately discount them in there.
I'm 6'5.5", so I'm like, I got into it. I was like, how does anyone fit in here?
Jeez.
Dude, I'm only 5'11", and I would think I would have trouble trying.
You would have trouble.
Alpha.
Yeah,
My friend is
I don't know
5'10".
how a guy your size could even hope to get in there.
Yeah, like I have to drive in like an SUV or like a truck. That's why I would prefer like a F-150, the electric one.
Look at Elon just drifting again. Oh, our mass market car is delayed because we overpromised. But it's because we're working on robots. That's why. God, what a freaking loser.
No,
Grim.
Hyundai.
No, 5'9's not short. That's about the statistical average. If you look at like the bell curve, it's usually about 5'7" to about 6'2" would be the average. So no, I don't consider 5'9 short. I consider it average.
Yeah.
Now we're high.
1 inch above average, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Not all of us are alpha males like Brian.
Dude, Brian's a giant. What?
All you have to do is drink a little bit more milk, you know. Well, I'm sorry, and then you have to drink a little bit more, and then you have to eat soy boy stuff.
I actually found a soy formula for my son.
Yeah, my mom's like,
why would you pollute your son's body like that?
They really have it though.
Yeah.
I was like, is this legit? Wow. And it's the same price as the other formulas, so I don't know. Maybe I'll dabble in it a little bit.
Oh no, guys! Katie
His first
Lopez
words.
said that we don't get business. We bring up Tesla. Nearly.
So yeah, okay. I don't even care. at this point. Katie, please buy as much Tesla stock as possible, and take on leverage to do it.
Please.
Katie, do you like the Bunny Ranch
Yeah.
in Las Vegas? It could be a good career opportunity after that crashes and burns.
Woo!
Who is this?
All right, Jason Bay Real Estate. How do you feel about Meat Breath's friends defending him? They all justified his choices. I mean, yeah, they're gonna cover for each other because they're all like synchronized to make each other money. You know, like they're not. Even if they
they're all. I mean, you got to. They all have the same investment, so they have to. And for the sake of optics, they have to look out for each other's best interest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't understand
Graham, but even Graham just kind of sells out.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Yeah. Well, what Graham? He's just like they were busting on him about going into international markets, and I was just when you did that video on him, Chris. I was sitting there going, like, they're actively mocking that choice to go into an international index fund.
I mean, it just highlights their stupidity. Like when some people told me about that, I wasn't surprised they did that. But watching the video, it was like, holy crap, these guys are, especially Jeremy, just getting annihilated recently. He's laughing at Graham for buying international ETFs. Like, come on, dude. If I was Graham, I would have torn them apart.
Well, you know what it's going to take, and I can't wait till it happens, is once Tesla, again, to bring it up, corrects, even if it's an unjustifiable correction, depending on what you think its intrinsic value is, even if it goes down to $300, he's going to get annihilated.
Meat Breath?
Yeah, either one of them, because it's the only thing, the outsized gains that they got on Tesla is the only thing propping up their returns.
Yeah, and that's confirmed, like 100% confirmed. I mean, because I actually got to look at Jeremy's like whole portfolio thing, and I don't know how many portfolios that clown has, but literally the only reason he's in the red or green for long-term returns, total returns, not year to date, is because of Tesla.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, look, I think those guys will still be grifting on YouTube. I think people will find them that still. I think they'll be in diminished form, but I still think they're going to cost people their future. And I wonder when he has the videos, Lafufu, where he has older people talking about what Jeremy did for him. I'm going, okay, but these people in their 60s can't retire from the damage this dude is going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Warren Redlick is going to have a hard time once Tesla crashes.
Yeah, dude, I said this a long time ago. I said that I, of course, mocked him and said he would be down at the truck stop, but there's just nothing he can do at his age. 85% of your portfolio. Chicken Genius is at least young enough that he could recover if he learned. I don't think he will. But.
Well, these guys, like Kevin's a perfect example. They don't even have to worry about their portfolios going to zero. I mean, that's not going to happen, but because they make so much money on YouTube, they're set regardless. You know, to them, it's all just a game to play for fun, especially Kevin.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that they've made a lot of dumb decisions. So if you look at what Lufufu's already talked about, he owns 3 houses. And I guarantee you he didn't buy he bought them as investment properties. But he didn't ever factor in what happens, can I pay for these houses if my YouTube income goes away? Because I just don't think either one of them has that much forethought.
Yeah, a word of advice, if you start making money on YouTube, anybody, don't treat that as like a replacement for your current income. Just save it. Just save it all. Because you never know when that's going to go away.
Yeah, because you don't know.
YouTube hasn't like censored me because I put, penises on Jeremy Lefebvre's face. I'm surprised they haven't like demonetized any of my videos yet.
They might once you get big enough. But
yeah, I might have to stop doing that.
Also, you're in the financial space. So it's not like, you're in a position where you can get accused of, vaccine denial. Like if you're just having a general conversation with somebody like Rogan, where there's calls for censoring, you're in the space where you're like, hey, buy VT, max your tax advantaged account. I don't take in the penis things off of your thumbnails.
Well, I mean, all that happens, and I mean, I could be wrong, but I had one thumbnail where they said there was nudity and there wasn't, but they just literally just deleted the thumbnail and left the video going. But I don't think I was monetized then, so I don't know how that would affect the, monetization or anything.
Well, I mean, dude, if it doesn't work out for you, you can always go work for the Financial King Network.
Oh God.
You can go work for Patrick Bet David. Is that his name? His MLM? You could do that.
Oh yeah, I can start selling insurance products, and then pay like 50% of my commission to my overlord.
Dude, I don't know, man. If I got asked, that might be my one sellout. If Patrick Bet was like, hey man, will you come on my podcast? I might be like, oh, this guy's got too much in the audience. This message needs to be spread.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. You know what else needs to be? Meet Kevin's cheeks.
I agree. Him and Lufufu sitting there looking at each other while it's happening. Lufufu going, I shouldn't have bet it all on Tattooed Chef.
There's nothing resembling this. Yeah. I mean, I think like longer term. Oh, you're a crisis. Longer term, these different channels, I think they will just shift over to different things. I think I agree with Jay Nagy. There'll be a diminished form, but they're never going to stop having some form of presence. I think like we see like what Jeremy is doing with his Hungry Bull, which I'm very surprised he went with that business model, because there's another business model. I won't say it out here because I'm never going to share that idea with him. But yeah, there's a
tell us, Fabio. Come on.
Oh no, because just in case one of his lackeys tells him, I'll tell you in private, maybe. But
I want to steal your business model.
Oh, you can take it if you want to go run with it. But yeah, I'm surprised that he did it the way he did, because it's going to be very capital intensive, not really scalable. Well, we'll see how it goes, because he's using his platform to promote the Hungry Bull. But I still don't understand, like, what I think we should do, like a docuseries. We should all come together and do a docuseries on Jeremy. Like go and like do crazy research on the stuff he's investing.
Okay,
no,
Jeremy,
like an expose.
The one thing I can't find now is if you look at his original Financial Fortress thing, and I don't know, somebody might know how to do it on the internet. I don't, but at the end, he says, we give a portion of our profits to St. Jude's. Now I know that scumbag isn't really donating to charity. Why throw it in there, dude? That's just whoa.
He gives a certain percentage. There's an old Simpsons joke about this. I give a certain percentage to charity, and when Lisa asked, "What's the percentage?" she said 0. 0's a percent.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Well, like
I'm a dick. I don't give to charity. I'm open about that. It's like whatever. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm gonna donate any of my freaking earnings to charity.
But at least you're honest. And I mean that like, you know, yeah, and it's like, dude, you'll get the Elon Musk as the monorail salesman too.
Hey, this is interesting. So apparently Jason here interviewed Meat Breath. Was that before Meat Breath got huge? I don't know how big your YouTube channel is, Jason, but I might be interested to go check that out.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch your interview with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at his channel.
Jason Bay, let's go stalk him.
Dude, Alex. No, I sent him a ton of meat. Trucker meat.
Jason Bay Real
Meat
Estate. Where are you? You're hiding. Where's your channel, bro? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
When did you interview Meat Breath?
7 months ago. If you just look up Jason Ray Real Estate Investing, Meet Kevin comes up. Confronting Meet Kevin, interview with Kevin Paffrath about his plans as governor of California.
Ooh.
Kevin Paperhands.
Paperhands Paffrath.
Yeah, dude. Like if I ruled the world, I'd change his last name to Paperhands. I'd be like, you're not allowed to use any other name than Meat Taint Kevin Paperhands.
Oh, Meat Breath. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from Meat Breath. I kind of like going like all out assaults. Like next week, I might do like what's his freaking name? Stink Blow, Stockmo, or something.
I'm gonna look at ticker symbol U.
Stop.
Dicker symbol. Screw or something like that.
Dude, that's another guy. I wonder how much longer Stockmo will be around. Like every single stock prediction he's made is just gone down. Dude, well, not every. Tesla's still up, but
he's not going anywhere. He's almost at 600. He's added 90,000 subscribers in the last year or so.
Paul challenged Stockmo to debate. He said he would fly him out to Akron, Ohio, and put him in this chair and ask him why are you telling people to buy this crap, and what is your justification for it? He said he'd pay for everything. No response.
Yeah, I saw that, dude, and and it's like I went on there and I started saying like I did a reaction to him and I said, hey man, the companies this guy's recommending are not going anywhere, and then you're an idiot. Nio is going to Neo, whatever, however you say it. I don't care. Neo's going to the moon, bro. You're wrong. And it goes back to the thing. Everybody's looking for the next Tesla in the EV market. Nobody wants. Look, if somebody told me you're wrong, you need to go back and look at this stock. If I was estimating that it would go up, which I'm going to underestimate growth because anything can and will happen, but I would go back and look. I'm open to being corrected on a stock.
One funny thing is at least people are turning on Meet Kevin on Twitter, at least because he sold Tesla. And so the Tesla people are turning on him and the crypto people are turning on him as well. It's just a hilarious thing to watch.
All right. With that note, I think we're going to shut this down. So does anybody have any final comments? No.
Not for me. No.
It was made because of refinancing a bunch of real estate and went all in on Tesla. It worked for him, but let's be real. Yeah, dude, Jason. Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, that's just reckless. But when you have a YouTube channel, and you make that much money, I guess you can be reckless, and it takes a while for that to catch up to you.
If he just kept doing just real estate videos and just because they were decent, right? They were good, but the corruption got to him.
Was it?
It's gonna get to us all, man. Once we
was
all
it?
get big.
Was it another? Was it Evan or was it another guy who actually talked about Leos?
Wait, what'd you say, Nate?
You're breaking up.
with your
I
1970s
said,
internet.
was it Meet Kevin or somebody else? Hey man, was it Meet Kevin? Was it you met with Kevin O'Leary about real estate?
I thought that isn't that Meat Breath?
That was Graham.
Yeah, I think it was
Graham Stefan.
Oh, that
maybe
was
he probably did
Graham.
both.
Because whoever it was, because I think it was Graham. I saw Graham. I'm like, oh, this is actually smart. I thought that was Meet Kevin for a while, but then I realized, oh no, Meet Kevin is just an idiot who lost to Gavin Newsom.
Meet Kevin also had an interview with Kevin O'Leary. He told him to sell out of Tesla months ago.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. At a certain point, all of it will come tumbling down,
and then we'll go tumbling up. Now, with that, I'm going to say goodbye to
Meat
everybody.
spin.
Ryan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Nice to meet all y'all.
Yeah, you too, man. Come back anytime. If you want to come on my channel, just email me, man.
Oh, sure, will do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm terrible about emails, but I try to check it once or twice a week. But last week was just bad. I was tired every day after work, so I didn't even look. But that's my bad.
You guys have
everybody.
a good one.
Subscribe to all our channels. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, check out the meme, you guys.
Oh yes, email me the meme.
I'll meet you.
Podcast.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Cheers.
Juice.
Yeah.